Hey everyone, here we go. Latest update. Alright, so what we're doing. Got a couple things going on here. Finishing up the 3/4 inch plywood in the corner here. You can see that we got this wall done here in the center and down here in the corner. Also re-insulated and drywall is up as of today. And this window went in the other day, but it's all sealed, ready to go. So I'm starting to build and put things back together in here. We ended up, so we got the thermostat wire ready. We cut the boxes. I'll get some box extenders because of the 3/4 inch plywood, which I'll explain in a second. Got a speaker wire for this side, and we got another speaker wire over here. So what this is doing, this house, so it's a box, and whenever it starts getting wind or expansion, contraction, think of just a standard box, and if you push on it hard enough, it's going to wobble and wiggle. So this central wall here is kind of crucial because it's supposed to stiffen the house up and be rigid. But where it was severely underframed and really bad lentils, everything else, it's not doing its job. So this really thick plywood being nailed into all the studs is going to stiffen that wall up and give us some structural support. So it's good. It's all a good thing. I got a little bit more to do with that. The beams are all in. This is the framework we did to reinforce the ceiling. We got a really good result from this. If you look, we can get the camera up here, and we got a good line. What you see right here, this is actually a box that I built. It's fake, it's like a facade, and it's rough cut lumber, and that is going to be, we're going to make it have a weathered look, and it's going to look like there's a natural beam running down the center of the living room, dividing the room up. I was going to buy, this is a little tip for you guys, I was going to buy some barnwood from a box store, and it was really expensive. Like a 3.5 inch wide board was almost $9 for an 8-footer. By the time I was done building this box project and the columns that are going in and doing those, it was going to cost about $100 in wood alone. So I had a little bit of an issue with that, because when you look at the wood, all it is rough cut lumber, and somebody put some finish on it somehow. So I went to the back of the store where all the cheap stuff is and found the rough cut lumber, 16 footers for $4.55 for 8.5 inch wide. So this is, and then I just cut it and made what I needed. You can see up here the real beam is above it, and this will be underneath. And I got a cool trick off the internet where we have some steel wool soaking right now in vinegar, and that's disintegrating the steel wool. I'll make some fresh tea, and then we're going to paint this beam with black tea. And I guess the TNN in the tea, I hope I said that right, is going to help the pores of the wood take on the steel wool, the rust. And we'll paint that on, and we should get a cool effect for a weathered look, a beat up look, like barnwood. All right, so we talked about the plywood. We got the ceiling joist good to go. Electrical, I'm working on that. Right now I'm wiring, I ran from over here. This switch we'd put in side by side. This is for the outside light. This one's going to control some cool LED lights that we're going to put up here. But these are 2 switches. One's going to each side of the room. You can see the other box right there. What's called the 3-way switch. And I have to run this special wire. It's called 14-3. Across from switch to switch is what I just did. And that way when one switch is on and the other is off, you can still control the light. That's what that does. And then out of that box right there, there's a 14-2 wire that's right here, and that's going to hook into the lights. So we got a little bit more insulation work. It was a little short over here before we can batten that up and get some drywall on it. But that's where we're at today. And I'll give you guys a basement update maybe tomorrow, and you guys can see what's going on down there. All right, out.